would say when I had come into the program that one of my goals was to get my pain better managed so that I could be a better mom. And I think that I definitely am a better mom today than I was 6 months ago, because I can communicate better to her about what I'm feeling and how my day is going and how many spoons I have left. I've learned that like communicating with her is the most important thing, to give her the opportunity to understand. And I've also been able to even just communicate things with my husband about the scientific or the educational piece of it. That's been really helpful for him to understand. Instead of me just saying, oh, I'm sore today or I'm tired today, I can show him the literature and be like, this is what's going on in my body and this is why I do feel sore today, so that he can understand how I'm feeling and how he can help me. You know, we've always planned that when we retire or when we get older, John and I and Lily would love to travel Europe. And that's a very big ask for someone who deals with chronic pain, you know, like traveling all around Europe and sightseeing and stuff. And I honestly thought, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And now I think to myself, yeah, I'll be able to do it. It might look a little different, but I have all these skills. And if I practice them and if I pace myself and if I am smart about it, I could totally do it through Europe. It might take an extra couple weeks or whatever the case may be. We may not be able to see everything, but I just have this different outlook that it's possible now. And that's really the most benefit for me. Like, you can't really put a price on hope. Best thing that am taking from it is the peace of mind that my future is going to look different now than I thought it was going to look 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I had resigned myself to the fact that I have fibromyalgia and I'm going to deal with fibromyalgia for the rest of my life. And it's going to be 75% of my daily life. I would probably have flares at least once a month, if not more. And reminder that this is the first flare I've had in probably 4 or 5 months. Habits and stuff. I feel like I think about my fibro like 25% of the time. And I think about my life 75% of the time. And I think, you know, when I used to think about things in the future, like, you know, I'm a preschool teacher, but I'm only working part-time. I would love to work full-time. You know, a year ago, the thought of working full-time was so daunting and I really didn't think I'd be able to do it. But now the thought of working full-time, it's still a little daunting, but I also know that if I keep up the work and I keep doing what I'm doing, I will be able to conquer that too. And so that's been the most beneficial part of it for me, is that it's kind of given me back some hope for the future. And it's really changed the way that I think about what my life could be. I think that knowledge is power, and knowing physiologically what's going on in your body and knowing about how things like anxiety or a high stress situation or, you know, too much physical activity, how those things actually affect my body. It changed the way I thought about it and how much sleep I get, how well I'm eating, how am I exercising. It's all connected. And it just, I was able to see all the pieces together. And that's what my pain Sensei really did for me, is put all the pieces together. So I didn't really have any preconceived notion about what a pain coach was. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was I didn't really know what to expect when I signed up for the cohort. And I was very quickly surprised that it was, you know, one-on-one pain coach meetings and group sessions with the coach as well. I was surprised at how much coaching you actually get. Very clearly, I had really thought that my fibro was under control, and for the most part, maybe my fibromyalgia was, but my anxiety was completely out of control. And I don't know how long that would have went on until I realized it myself versus you telling me. For me, that was an eye-opener, and it really solidified that I need to get my anxiety under control if I ever want my fibromyalgia under control. Just being able to share ideas and hear other people's management skills or what works for them or what doesn't work for them. That to me is the most valuable part of it. And so when you've gone through the program together, you have this connectedness that you know the same things, you've learned the same stuff. And I know that as the cohorts grow and as we get more and more people on the app, it's just going to be such a wonderful tool and a safe place to go and find the information that you want versus just Googling things. You can look back and say, oh, you think to yourself, well, I didn't really do anything, oh, I went to Costco, what's the big deal? But then you look back at your tracking or your steps and you're like, well, I actually did 3 times the normal amount of walking that day, so no wonder I'm sore today. And just through like doing that, I learned, oh, well, my body, for me personally, it's better if I do a little, rest a little, do a little, rest a little, instead of like do it all and then rest for a while. But like those little things you tweak for yourself. But I wouldn't have even thought to do that if I hadn't gone through the program. MPS definitely is more in depth and had more time on each topic. There was lots of new terms that I didn't know, like the polyvagal theory and the ladder theory. So that was definitely eye-opening. When you're dealing with chronic pain and it takes all of your energy to get out of bed in the morning, the last thing you want to do is put another thing on your plate. It's a commitment and it's an investment, but it's really an investment and commitment in yourself. And if you deal with chronic pain, you've probably seen a lot of doctors, you've probably tried a lot of medicine, you've done a lot of different things. So why not give this a go and see?